terms of workiness.
Yeah. That's not a bad transition. Now I'm all lost here. What are our guest segments left?
Russo Radio at 4:55 Minnesota time.
That's what time here?
That is 12:55 here.
12:55. So that's in about 40 minutes.
Yep, and then Laval is at 5:30 Central Time.
Yeah.
So 1:30 here.
And I've decided I'm already.
Did you listen to Michael about figuring out your new, get your clocks changed and everything? That's the first thing he told us on the bus.
I had it at the right time, but the problem
figure
is
this out.
We're still talking to an audience back there, so I guess we got to stay on.
It's a little
time.
bigger. I can't believe the crowd that's actually assembled in front of us.
Look at that.
They must need some protection from the sun.
And none of them are from Minnesota.
That's the cool thing. They're all like, who are these guys?
Yeah.
It's just
there's two more. How are you, man?
Hey, there we go. Thanks.
How you doing? Well,
we don't get these crowds in Minnesota when we go on place, when we go on location. This is terrific.
State Fair like.
We sound a lot better in Hawaii, apparently.
We got Wolves to get to. Well, here's what I'm worried about on Laval. Laval is the Laval Bingo Adventure under normal conditions. With the delay we got going, I foresee disaster.
Got to keep it simple.
Yeah.
Just keep it sharp.
You can't interject.
Not a lot of interjection.
Which is we prefer because we like the conversation flowing, but there just might have to be a lot of monologuing that goes on.
We'll figure it out.
Otherwise it'll just be. Leaving aside, his jowl.
The usual issues.
Hitting the 3 button.
And his rumble seat. Don't forget about his rumble seat.
His vibrating car.
Can't
even make up. Yeah. He's still in it, right? Because he's still in
Fort Myers. Yes, sir.
We'll come back with a little Wolves talk. I got a couple other Maui nuggets that I want to get to as well. If you do not know, and it's hard to believe you wouldn't at this point, we are doing the program today, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from basically just a few yards off Kaanapali Beach. We are at the Kaanapali Beach Hotel, a beautiful location, beautiful backdrop. Got some clouds here, which I actually don't mind, but another beautiful afternoon. Well, actually here, just early afternoon. Back in a couple minutes here in the Fan. From Maui here on the Fan, Barreiro and Gaardzy with you until 6:30 Central Time. By the way, I think this is Daylight Savings Time starts this weekend, I believe. Doesn't it?
Next weekend.
Oh, is it next
weekend?
weekend?
Like March 11th.
11th?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I don't think they do Daylight Saving Time here. Is that correct? Yeah, we got a couple
correct.
Hawaii veterans who've been coming here for decades.
How would you know the difference?
And they go, well, that's a good point. I don't know.
I mean, how do you know?
So part of the year, I think we're 5 hours different. Part of the year we're 4. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
That's what our Hawaii veterans are.
I did have to laugh. It is funny to see it. Like in San Diego, it's the same thing, but I'm also assuming here it is like that they spend so much time talking about the weather. Like on the news, I was watching, Good Morning Maui this morning.
Yeah.
And like now we'll go to, Ian Leonard, Keith Marler with an update, and he's got the weather map, and it's like sun 80, sun 79, sun 80, like
clouds.
Yeah, and now we'll take a look at the week, and he backs off like it's this dramatic unveiling.
Yeah.
It's like, really? I mean, that guy can't make much money.
No, you'd be surprised. There's
what comes through here?
Well,
like,
you get some fronts, you get some Calcutta Clippers
I guess.
here every once in a while.
Or they got to roll up and he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt too, so he can't even do the weatherman trick where when something really is going and you roll the sleeves up, when you're in Stormwatch Central.
Well, apparently we're learning through sources that there's some people bitter that we're not wearing Hawaiian shirts. I mean, I'll do it. But isn't that a little cliched? I mean, do you have to do it? And you said you had a couple that you haven't even shown your wife yet. Is that true?
Oh, yeah.
Are they pretty loud?
One of them is loud.
Yeah.
One of them is pretty loud. One of them's a little classier, a little more understated. One of them, definitely. I don't know when I'm going to break out. I don't know if it's going to be for the luau Maybe the welcome dinner. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she doesn't even know I have it. And I hid it, like, while we were all packing, like, underneath a couple of things. So
right.
I'm just going to emerge in some kind of Hawaiian shirt glory at some point. Don't know when yet.
Yeah, that seems fair. A couple more quirky facts about Maui. Mount Haleakala is the largest dormant volcano in the world. Did you know that?
I did not know that. How far is that from here, do you know?
Its highest peak is 10,023 feet, and the interior of the summit crater stretches approximately 7.5 by 2.5 miles. How about that? That's pretty big, isn't it?
Can you helicopter over that? Take a look at it?
Well, see, I had a conversation with one of the veterans here about, we were talking about Kauai, and everybody says, especially on that island, but I'm sure it's true here too, you got to do one of the helicopter tours. You know, the North Shore of Kauai is ridiculous. And I was embarrassed to say I'm gutless. I know I'm missing out because I just don't feel comfortable. I feel like the whole time I would be in the helicopter.
You'd be worried.
Instead of looking at the beauty, I'd be like holding on, like, are you kidding me? I don't like this feeling. And then then at the end of it, I'd feel even worse because everybody else on the helicopter would have said, "Wow." And I'm sitting there going, well, I didn't really see much of it. And then I feel even worse. So I said, well, so unfortunately, I don't get to see that. But the helicopter tours are huge here, too, I'm assuming.
Yes. Well, at any place like this. Because you can get
to places
yes.
that even with some of the scenic highways that, you know, where you have, like, lookout points, Kauai has a lot of those, too, that give you some appreciation. It's obviously not the same as what you're getting from the air.
And
so
the
would
other
you
thing,
do it?
I don't know because it's expensive too. It's not it's not like you can go buy one get one. Well, no, but I'd like to. You know,
it's not my fault. You keep having kids. You're like nine kids.
That's the. I know that's the problem.
Stopped.
I can't imagine how rich I would be if I didn't have any kids.
Well, it's too late.
Like
now.
I probably would have had the whole top floor of this place.
Yeah.
I would have rented out for privacy.
Way too late now, Adrian.
I know it's sad but true.
Yeah. In any case, where were we? Oh, I had that.
You wanted to talk wolves, I thought.
Yeah, we're going to get to wolves in a minute. I said Hawaii is the only U.S. state with two languages. Now, here's an interesting one. And will this fly in 2018? We greet with a hug, not a handshake. One of the friendly facts about Hawaii, we hug hello. We hug goodbye. We hug I love you, and I'm sorry, and nice to meet you, and thank you. We just love to hug. So don't be shocked if a local gives you a hug instead of a handshake. Are you allowed, even in this tropical paradise, to just sort of go with that anymore? I mean,
is that true, first of all? Because I've been here 24 hours. I haven't been hugged once.
That says something about you, because I've been hugged several times.
You have been.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's not even including my wife.
Average length of the hug, would you say?
One of them lingered, I thought, a little uncomfortably for me.
Yeah.
But the rest of them I thought were all pretty solid.
Very responsible hug.
Yet?
I don't think so. And I've run some errands, too. Yeah. I had to go get a car.
I just wonder
if
you can get away with that in 2018 even here. I don't know if the rules are different. Here's another one of my favorites. No smog here. Not much fog, but we do have VOG.
I don't know what that is.
Here. VOG is volcanic haze.
Oh, yeah.
That has been from the. How do I pronounce this?
Do you think that's what that is, like way over there, or is that just cloud?
Those are just
cover?
Clouds, yeah. Kilauea. How do you pronounce that? Kilauea volcano. I should know that. Has been actively erupting since '83 on the Big Island. Now, so we're not talking about
here.
Here, exactly, absolutely. The VOG occasionally does, though, blow to other islands. Not dangerous, although heavy VOG can be uncomfortable for people with asthma or respiratory issues. On Maui, foggy skies make for beautiful sunsets and moonrises.
I believe that.
Magnifying the sun and moon and making them huge and orange. It is, I mean, the amazing thing about the sunsets, and I think people roll their eyes and like, everybody's going to sit and watch the sunset, but they are absurd here. I mean, they are. They're just ridiculous.
Different level.
You feel like you're going to suffer from FOMO if you don't make a point, if at all you can in your schedule, to be prepared for the sunsets, because they are remarkable. They really are.
And we're 1 for 1 in getting to see them because we got there last night. And and your wife is taking pictures on. You're going to compare
taking pictures
of the sunsets.
How about 1,000 a day?
Well, how about here's where it's trickled down. So at the layover yesterday in Seattle, Gia and Jackman were playing in that little area,
right? Yes,
and where they have all the toys for the kids at the airport, which was great. It was perfect because the kids could just run around and do whatever. And like 4 different times,
those places are germ factories, you know.
They had Purell everywhere.
Did they?
Yeah, it was great.
All right.
And so, but Gia like 4 different times would say they'd get to like the airplane, they'd sit in it, and she looked at me and said, "This would be a nice picture of us."
Oh my God!
And so I have a couple of pictures where I was forced. Gia forced me to. This would be a pretty good photo. You're going to want to remember this. I think we both look good. But Jax never smiles for pictures. You get him to say cheese, he doesn't look. With Gia, it's like I feel like he's worried he's going to ruin one of her photos. He smiles and says cheese every time. I've noticed that in the last day.
He ain't putting the moves on her yet, is he?
I hope not.
I'm not. Tell him to calm down a little bit.
I think we spend enough time together where we don't need to have
true.
like an in-law situation.
No,
you know, Our wives were briefly discussing that this morning. My wife's like, "Well, what would the age difference be?" And I said, "Let's just relax. All right, can we just have breakfast first before we start planning the next 50 years?"
All in good time, I would think.
Yeah, he's 3.
Would make some sense.
Yeah, but anyway.
Sure. We need a break again, don't we?
We do.
All right, we'll break, and I got Wolves, and I got an update on the Sean Miller story because there's a lot has happened since we last talked about it, and it's got nationwide interest, I think, in the basketball world, rightly so. I mean, one day he's out, and we're never going to see him again. Last night, he's out coaching and for a home game for Arizona, getting a standing ovation. So we got to get an update on where that story stands and whether, indeed, Pitchfork Nation might have jumped the gun in his place. There's a lot to get to there. And then Russo Radio coming up at the top of the hour. Is that right?
Yes, 4:55.
On what happened to your Minnesota Wild. Red hot, everything's great, and then we blow another lead to the Ducks. Last place Ducks, if I'm not mistaken.
Coyotes. You are mistaken.
Ducks. Why am I
Arizona
why do I
Coyotes.
Keep saying
I don't know.
Anaheim Ducks. I don't know why I have them in my head, because they ain't that bad. Nobody's as bad as Arizona, are they?
Maybe one other team, but they're pretty bad.
Yeah, that's a good point. Back in a minute here in the Fan.
Barreiro's back after these on the Fan.
It's going to be madness at Mystic. Head down to Mystic Lake Casino for a 9 to noon broadcast and draw party on Thursday, March 15th, presented by Coors Light. Register for your chance to be one of the lucky Rubes. You'll get to open up an envelope with one of the 64 teams in the college hoop field. You can win a 55-inch TV plus other great prizes from Coors Light, including free beer for you and 3 friends.
Every day, man, I love left and right. I hear you tell stories about your habit, your knife.
According to a website called prideofmaui.com, prideofmaui.com, the number 8th ranked Maui celebrity resident is Mick Fleetwood. He's 8.
Number 8?
Number 1 should be fairly obvious.
Oprah?
It's Oprah.
Yeah.
I think she's the number 1 celebrity resident on Kauai as well. I think
Chicago,
Swiss Alps. I mean,
United States.
Yeah, wherever. I mean, she's got places everywhere. Couple on here I didn't know. Willie Nelson is number 5. Do you know Willie Nelson? Apparently, I don't know if he lives here full time.
I did know. Yeah, when we were coming here, we got a lot of info on celebrities and who was here and everything. So I did know that at least.
And his good brother is very. I mean, they're very close. His brother Don Nelson, number 7 on this list.
It's amazing how 2 brothers NBA can be so different.
They sound different.
Yeah,
they seem very different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see if I can quibble with this. I mean, it's Oprah 1. Clint Eastwood 2.
Ooh, that'd be a good get.
Yeah,
that'd be a good get.
That would be a hell of a get. Yeah. Well, would it? Because I don't know. I don't know what kind, because when I've seen him interviewed, it can be painful.
Isn't that the ultimate challenge for the interviewer to mine it out of him?
Yes, it is.
He was pretty good with Dan Patrick.
Was he?
Because he's part owner. He owns part of Pebble Beach.
Okay.
And so when they go out there every year, he goes on. Somebody asked him. I think in one interview, because the problem with Clint Eastwood is he's not very expansive, but that's why he's good. Because he's
gets in, gets out,
like acting or whatever. Directing, I guess he's the same way. He just lets you
very spare.
Just do it, do it right, and we'll get out of here. But somebody said, well, what do you think the best movie line you've ever said is? Because he's got a million of them, and I guess he just kind of paused and said, Haven't said it yet.
Oh, good line.
And that was it.
That is a good line.
So we could talk to him about that.
Steven Tyler is number 3.
Aerosmith, yeah.
Owen Wilson, 4.
I'm surprised he's that high. I'm a huge Owen Wilson guy.
Well,
he's like a north side of the island guy, too.
Well, here's the rest of the list. Willie Nelson, 5. Woody Harrelson, 6. Don Nelson, 7. Mick Fleetwood, 8. I agree with you. I think, no offense to Owen Wilson, and we'd love to have him